Welcome to Social 5 University. My name is Jeremiah Stetler. I'll be your host today as we talk about Facebook event marketing and how you can draw more eyeballs to your event and grow your business using this cool technology that is often underutilized by businesses. We'll talk about a number of items today. First of all, what in tarnation is a Facebook event? We'll talk about what it looks like, how it is utilized, and what capabilities are out there. We'll show you how to create one for your own business, how to optimize an event so oodles of people see it. I love the double O there. And how to add advertising with the double O to an event. Okay, so those are the things we'll talk about here today. Now, so what exactly is an event? Now, it could be a presentation. For instance, maybe you're talking about a certain product or service to a group of people. It might be a webinar like this one or a Facebook Live event. It could be an activity such as a fundraiser or a community event that way. There's a whole variety of different things that can classify as an event that would be good to highlight through this technology. And I listed a few of those. A product demo in your home or in your office, a business grand opening, a seminar on a thought leadership topic. Maybe it's for Social 5. It is uh, different forms of social marketing, strategic items that bring people together because they know as they go through these courses, it helps them to better monetize their business using digital media. It could be a political event. Certainly, we have those going on a regular basis. On the webinar side, it could be Facebook Live, a virtual meeting or presentation. It could be an online Q&A or a product released. Under activities, a fundraiser, a customer appreciation event, a holiday activity or an offer. It could even be community service out there. Anything that can get your brand out in front of people in the form of an event that what is it? An event that they can go to, they can participate in, they can RSVP for. So as you look through this list, I want you to think about this with your business, that there's probably some events that are taking place that you could invite people to that are outside your normal invitation list, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, okay, I understand what an event is, but how does this relate to Facebook? I can't visualize it. Let me show you where this option exists on Facebook. Right beneath your cover image, there is a button that says events. And chances are you've just overlooked this over time because it is kind of that clutter that you never see. How often do we get on and do a Facebook Live event or post a job application or put on an offer? Sometimes we overlook these, but this event button is right there to help you leverage that technology to create an event that contains all of the information that can hook people and pull them in because they're excited to attend, right? And so they know when and how to participate. Now let's back up for just a moment because one of the questions that may be going through your mind is, well, why don't I just create a Facebook post? That seems so much easier. Well, there are some values that come into play with, or there is a value that comes into play by using the event marketing technology. And there are a few of those. Number one is it gets listed on Facebook's public events calendar, which is great. Okay, it increases local searchability as people express interest, particularly within a geographic area. And sometimes they describe this as seeding, that a person like a politician will want to put on a Q&A or a speech in a certain district, and he'll get people within that district to express interest in the event through a Facebook event. The more people that express interest, the more that Facebook will show that event to other people, okay, in that geographic area. You're able to sell tickets to events without requiring consumers to ever leave Facebook. You can gauge interest in events by asking them to RSVP. You can link your events to locations, to venues that can help cross promote your event. You can actually do it to people as well, that you can have people who are cross promoting with the same technological capabilities as you have with these events. You can receive additional search features that include keywords and categories. And then lastly, you're able to provide detailed information on times and schedules. You can actually drop in an agenda right in there into your Facebook event, which can be great. Okay. All right. So let's go into the logistics of how do you create your Facebook event. Now, we've already talked a little bit about this, and we've showed you where to begin creating your Facebook event right here by clicking on the event button right below your Facebook cover image. And as you do so, it's going to pull up this dashboard that as we go through it, I'm going to just scroll down, okay? It's not multiple pages, it's one page. You just scroll through, and it'll take you 5 to 10 minutes tops to get through it. All right, so first of all, let's talk about the image. First of all, you'll want to select a photo that evokes a positive emotion from your readers and something that is visually intriguing to your readers. So you'll see I selected this one for our seminar today. Okay, and why did I do that? Well, many of us have started our own business. Okay, and so this idea of a lemonade stand, many of us did this when we were little. We sold lemonade or we sold something to kind of, it was that entrepreneurial spark that was in us that led us to sell a product or service. Now, for me, it was these crazy little paper palm trees. In fact, okay, so when I was, I don't know what's on this paper, but when I was young, it wasn't lemonade stands. What it was is it was paper palm trees. Okay, and so for me, I went out and I would take these pieces of paper and I would fold them down, okay, like this, and I would create my paper palm trees that I would sell for 10 cents, and I would take them around in the wagon and sell those for 10 cents. Well, the reason why I showed this is I want you to feel that. I want you to think back on some of those entrepreneurial sparks that happen in your childhood and say, okay, how do we actually get some of that? How do we accelerate business growth? How do we build our business in some creative ways, just like we did when we were younger? Okay. So first of all, find an image that evokes those positive emotions and is not super literal. You want to have something that creates that curiosity or that intrigue that comes to your events. Next, you're going to select a headline, and you don't use all caps. That will get you flagged. Just do something that is catchy. It's going to appear in large text beneath your event. You'll identify a location, and it may be for a place in your community, like the Salt Palace Convention Center, where if I identify a location, I can give them the opportunity to cross-promote my event. It also appears if someone is searching for what events are happening at the Salt Palace Convention Center, my events will pop up. So that's one way you can do it if you're at a popular location or venue. If not, you can always click on this little map pin and drop it in whatever location you want to put it in, okay? And it'll show people the event within that geographic location, right? Super easy. So let's go on to number 4. I want you to fill out the description field. This allows you, this is your 30-second sales pitch to tell people why they should come to your event. And you'll notice I've put a number of keywords in my description. I've highlighted those in pink just so you can see them. But it's discover how to use Facebook events to increase your business exposure online. This social marketing session will help entrepreneurs harness the power of social media to accelerate business growth, right? So I put in these keywords so that somebody is searching for social marketing or entrepreneurs or social media or Facebook events, that now my event will come up for those individuals, okay? So you'll do that right there. Now you'll designate a category, and there's not a ton of choices here, but you can select the one that's the best fit and only choose other if everything else is a long shot. Now, I did skip over this middle section, and this is where you can add a location as a co-host. Now, many of you won't use a location as a co-host, but I want to explain the concept so you can use it actually for individuals. As when creating a Facebook event, you have the opportunity to boost, to invite friends, to promote it with some technologies that aren't available through traditional Facebook content. You can bestow those same privileges upon other individuals by naming them as a co-host. You can do it as a location, but if I go over here, this is the page we're working on. We're scrolling down to this next page. Notice there is a co-host field here where I can add individuals that will receive those same privileges. And so you may ask a family member, you may ask a business partner, could you promote this event for me? And they will do so simply by putting you in this co-host slot. Okay, super easy. All right, next we're going to select a start time and end time, which is required because we want to make sure that it appears at the right time on the Facebook calendar. And then you're going to determine what you want to appear on your event. And this schedule will allow you to put in an agenda for that event. So for me, we'll click on that, and you'll see that we had a number of things we're going to touch on today. What in the world is a Facebook event? Or I think it was, what in tarnation is a Facebook event? We put on here how to create one for your business. And we put times that were associated with each of those items. Now, for you, there may be some more definable agenda items that you'd put on here. That maybe you have something that is for business professionals and one that is for B2B businesses and B2C businesses. Who knows? But you can put different agenda items on there, and then click Save. Now, if you look here, I just shifted my screen over a little bit. I put in some keywords for searchability too. So put keywords in your description, but also put them in your keyword slot where you can type in, this is on health and wellness. This is about bodybuilding. This is about social marketing, whatever it happens to be. Type those in and it will show you all of the keywords that are available and applicable to that given event. And it will show your event to people who are matching those types of interests. Okay. Then it'll bring you over to admission. And you have a couple options. You can have people just RSVP, which is usually what I do because I'm not selling tickets to my events. I'm just asking them to RSVP. I simply click the plus button and I can configure that. Or I can have people buy tickets directly in Facebook. Okay. And I'll show you how to configure that. Or if let's say I own some movie theaters, I already have ticketing set up through Fandango. I could include the Fandango link here. But let's go up to this number 2 item of how to create tickets, because that's the question I receive most often is how do you sell tickets to events without having to send people to another website or something. And when you click on here, what you'll do is you'll connect to an Eventbrite account that you'll set up. And Eventbrite will allow you to sell tickets to your event right here within your Facebook event. They don't have to go anywhere else. They can buy it here. If I want to add the ticket link, like let's say I have the Fandango situation, I can click on add ticket link and then I put in my website address right here. Okay. One last thing before we show you some of the promotional strategies that can be employed with a Facebook event. Normally, this will default to posting is only for admins. Generally, I recommend toggling that unless you're a political campaign to anyone can post. We want to create a discussion that's going on with your Facebook event rather than making it just like a billboard and communicating it in one direction. So I would toggle that, then click Save, and then you should be good to go. So the question is now, where do I go from here? Okay, I've created my event. Now how do I get people to it? My event is going to appear right on my Facebook business page. It's going to appear as a piece of content, excuse me, a piece of content right in my news feed. Okay, it's going to appear something like this. And there are a number of options that I have to promote that. And one of those is I can pin it to the top of my Facebook page so that anybody that comes to my page is going to see it. Okay. It's a great way to increase the visibility. I can also invite people or encourage people to tell me whether they're interested, whether they're going, what are their plans with this event. And the more people that do provide a response, the more that this event will show up in a given market. Or if you participated in our Facebook boosting class, which is right here on Social 5 University, you can also click on the boost button and you can put some paid advertising behind your event to advertise your post to certain people who are in certain places, who participate in certain pastimes. Those are the 3 P's that we talk about: people, places, pastimes, that you can use to target individuals on Facebook. So here's our news feed. We got that one. That's where the event appeared first. Well, it's appearing at the same time in all these places. Okay, next, on the left-hand column, we have all of these different apps. If you click on events here, it's going to show you a calendar of all of the events that are coming up for that given business. So people could come in and register for all of your events if they so desired, okay? And I have the ability to boost the event or whatnot. But if I click on the name, it's going to pull up an interesting function that I want you to be aware of, okay? Because this is the power of event marketing. If you don't get anything else out of today, please know this functionality. If I click the down arrow on the share button, it gives me the opportunity to invite friends. Sorry. I was eating some popcorn before this one. I've got my popcorn machine in the background. Super fun. But I can invite friends. I can share it in Messenger, or I can share this as a post. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to show you this super cool function of inviting friends. That's gonna blow your mind, I think. But one thing that you will find is you can also look for you can see analytics for the event that you put out there. So I had 1,400 people who reacted in some way by liking, clicking, commenting, sharing. I had 176 people who said they were interested, or they were going, or they were not interested in a given event. And then I had 62 people that clicked and purchased tickets. Okay, so we'll show you those types of metrics on any given post. Okay, all right, so let's go back over to this cool sort of feature. I put my little home dog, my cool dog on here, just to emphasize how cool it is. And I think I even had glasses like that at one time. But anyways, if I click invite friends, take a look at what it allows me to do. I can actually invite people who are part of groups that I belong to, like people who were part of the Salt Lake Tribune where I used to work, or Jen's School of Fish where my kids did their swimming lessons about a decade ago, or people who lived in Denmark when I did, and maybe who speak Danish as well. So I can invite people from those groups, but I can also invite all of my friends as well. The cool thing is if you participate in my audience growth seminar, I talked about how this is a functionality that is generally only available one time to get people to like your page. It sends out a notification that they have to respond to in some respect by dismissing it or accepting it, whatever it is. But you can do that with every single event. Now, don't do that with every single event. I mean, you'll be spamming people, okay? But you can do it once a month, okay? And have it be just fine to promote a given event. All right, so that is one of the amazing functionalities that to keep in mind from this particular seminar. All right, so let's go over to the third place that these will appear. We had it in the news feed, had it in the side column of your business page, but your event also appears right on the Facebook pages of every human on the planet that has a Facebook account, which is a massive number right now. Okay, but if you see this little events button, if you click on there, it's going to show you all of the upcoming events in your geography or or not just your geography, but um, within organizations that match your interests. So for me, one of my interests is the Investigative Reporters and Editors Association. And so if there were a webinar that would show up dealing with investigative reporting, it would pop up in my events section. Okay, so you'll see mine, and here we go, how to get eyeballs on your events. And then you'll see events that I may like based upon what people in my network, my friends, my on Facebook, um, what they are liking or attending, or based upon what my interests on my Facebook page are, or based upon a ton of people showing, saying that they're RSVPing for an event. It's going to pop up there because they see that it's going to be a popular one for me in my locality. Okay, and then you'll also see, if you're an admin, you'll have some options to express interest. Well, of course you would. You better make sure that you express that you're going. You can share it, you can edit it, and then you can boost it right here through that events calendar. It's a public events calendar available to everyone out there. So with that, let me just conclude with a quote. And I'm going to go back to our lemonade stand, because if you think for a moment about how did we try to get our businesses to grow when we were little. Did we? So we might have put the lemonade stand out in our front yard, and we realized we didn't get a lot of business. So what if we go in front of a busier street? Okay, great. What if we sell not only lemonade, but we do fruit punch as well? Will we get more sales because now we're appealing to different interests? Okay. Are we going to promote it in some way, that maybe we put flyers on people's doors that lemonade's going to be available, come buy it for 50 cents? Lots of powerful things that we thought about in a simple way as kids, but as we look at growing our businesses, it can be really instructive. Because I'm confident, as you've watched this seminar today, there have been things that have come to your mind that will help you. Like, if I just did this, I could get my message out to this audience or increase it here. My invitation to you is to take action on that. And I'll use that inspiration from Dr. Seuss. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And will you succeed? Yes, you will. Indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. All right. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for your participation here today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@social5.com. We also have a massive amount of resources right here through Social 5 University. Feel free to browse around and surf around and find the things that will appeal to you to help better grow your business. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.